where is the Solflare Card right now? What do you see Solflare really kind of utilizing AI, and how do you keep growing it, and how do you keep using it, right?
A question also that we get asked a lot is merch, like when Solflare merch. Plans for that this year as well, so you'll be able to get.
Will AI agents manage most DeFi portfolios by 2026?
In the next couple weeks and months, we're able to.
All right, GM, we are back, and I got a familiar face on stream today. One that you might not recognize, because yeah, he didn't just get one haircut, he got them all. And now it's like this revamped. Yo, watch out. I'm telling you, anybody right now that is within Solana that's trying to build wallets, hardware, whatever it is, fintech, all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, this man just is about he's got the killer attitude, and now he's got the killer look, man. So Quicks, man, how are you? How you doing? What's going on, man?
You're right. This is the fox you're competing against. I couldn't be better. It's another bullish day to be building on Solana. I'm so excited for this podcast because you're literally one of my favorite people in Solana. We always have amazing conversations, and it's good times. It's still Solflare has been through every cycle on Solana. We were the first wallet on Solana, so this doesn't phase us, and I'm still very much excited to be here every day. What about you?
Yeah, man. Look, man, it's been a while since you and I spoke, and I think it's been a long time since actually you've been on the show, and it's like, I was just going through my notes, and I'm like, hey, what should we talk about? And putting together the things, and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't talked to him since even Dubai. And I was like, he's like the Trevor Noah now of our shows, because the dude is now doing these award shows at Breakpoint. And I was like, holy crap, this is like revamped, I don't even know this Quicks. And I was like, I gotta bring him on and find out, how did we get to a show at Breakpoint? Is this the new norm? Are we gonna expect these at Accelerate? Tell me about these Spotlight Awards. How did you, where did it start, and where do you see it going? Because I think it's such a cool thing that you guys did. You guys have, I'll say this, there's no other team on Solana that knows community better than you guys, because every type of activation you guys have ever rolled out has been with the community in mind. And I think when you did this, and I was like, man, it's still community in mind, but it was a little different, a different approach. And I was like, I love it. You could do the Solflare Guardians, you could do these kind of award shows and hit, the founders, yet hit community people that are every day kind of in the trenches.
Dude, and thank you so much. Jorge saying this because Solana Gaming took home the award for Gaming of the Year, and also he was live to accept the award. Extremely bullish. We have some great photos from that as well. So this was the first annual community award, and as far as I know, we've been approved for a second annual. We'd like to do it once a year at Breakpoint. And it was an amazing experience. First of all, actually hosting the award. Shout out Bangers, my co-host, who helped me create all the content and everything for it. Shout out our entire production team. Maurice was a big help. And, Solana gave us an opportunity to put on this show for an hour and a half on the stage at Breakpoint. We were one of the main sponsors. And this was an idea that we had pitched. And it seemed like it went really well. The entire voting process was done on the Solana Breakpoint website. And so everyone in the community and the ecosystem voted. And once they were all the finalists, we had almost 100,000 votes casted for the final votes, 13 categories. It was such an experience. So we're going to run it back next year. And I think that in London, they'll be a little bit less strict on the speaking policies, because there was some things we had to go through to speak in Abu Dhabi and why we couldn't let people make acceptance speeches. But I think next year we're going to do it bigger, better, have more guests, maybe a little bit more of a variety theme, maybe with some skits. We'll have more information coming soon, but I'm very excited to run it back again with Bangers this year.
Dude, congrats and shout out to you guys for putting that together. The script is something I don't think, I wish we should have done more clipping around that event, because some of the scripts that you guys had, man, were killer, just absolute killer. I was laughing. And that is the beauty of being in this space, because we could be professionals, but yet still have fun. And I think that's what makes crypto even more just of a reason why we are going and adapting to this new age, this new generation, to what everybody is now almost at the point of, hey, we're all looking at digital phones, digital accounts, digital payments. Everything is digital. Like, what isn't? Like, well, I don't even know the last time I had like dollar bills. Actually, it's like wild. Even like today's like way of just tap to pay, and it's like, holy crap, that's it. Like, you don't have to do anything else. And so like it's really, really cool to see kind of these conversations, these type of events, and these type of like productions to things to say, okay, we are touching all aspects of it and having fun at the same time. Because it's got to be fun, right? At the end of the day, for the hours that we put in, it's got to be fun.
It was so much fun.
Dude,
it was stressful.
Guys,
I mean, don't get me wrong, it was stressful. I've never done something like that. I came up hosting spaces, so it was really a big level up, but I'm excited to do it again next year. And we had so much fun. And shout out everyone that was a part of it and everyone that came by to see it live and show us support. We thought maybe there would be like 10, 15 people and they were all going to be like our Solflare team, but it was like fully packed. The audience, everyone was like really engaged. Man, it meant the world to me. I thank you guys so much.
Yeah. And look, man, I didn't realize it was that type of show either, right? Like, because like on the thing, it said like Solflare Awards or something like that. And I was like, oh, definitely going to go check it out. But I didn't think it was going to be like that type of show. And I was like, holy shit. I started texting my friends. Like, I was like, yo, you guys have to come here. This is awesome. And like my friends were like coming in and they're like 15 minutes. And they're like, why didn't you tell me about this? And I was like, I didn't even know. Like, I was like, I'm just following the schedule here. But next year, London, this year, London, it's going to be definitely one that definitely not to miss. I think everybody has it now on their calendars, whenever it is. I might have to bring a tuxedo for it though. I think like we're going to have to like step up, so I don't go on stage. Well, I don't even know if I'll be on stage, but if I am, I'm going to be more prepared this time than last year.
Yeah, I love like the premeditation that you're already going to win and bullish because you guys have been crushing it as per usual. But I'm definitely going to suit up for the next award. I had a bow tie. I originally a vest I lost, but I'm going to this year have like a nice suit. We're looking real snazzy and we're going to have fun. It's going to be great content, a lot more roasts and jokes, a lot more like skits and fun things. And we're going to try to feature some really cool people in the ecosystem. So we're going to put on a great show.
Look, man, the past 6 months has been also really interesting across the Solana ecosystem. The amount of development that Solana has had, the bigger names coming in. And I think we've been just, I don't know how the Solana main account does all the announcements that they do because it's so wild. Like you almost wonder to like, did we save all these announcements for this like certain period of like, hey, just dishing them out? But like, yeah, big names have come in. And here we have, Solflare, you guys are teamed up with Seeker, DeFi dev, like all these things are happening different ways and different verticals that Solflare is being used right now. And it's, I think, one of those things where I'm like, man, how did we actually get here, right? And you start like thinking about kind of all the marketing you guys have done and, everything that you guys have rolled out. But the past 6 months of marketing products that you guys have rolled out makes a lot of sense to why everybody's choosing Solflare. Give me kind of what this like last 6 months of product rollouts, because it's the Shield, it's the card, it's Magic, it's Kalshi prediction markets. It's now corporate cards. Oh my God, like corporate companies using the card for their team and their employees. Like, man, I could really now finally see like the bigger vision besides this wallet that everybody at first was, pushing. But again, I will say products do take a long time to build.
100%. And great question, because last year was no doubt the biggest year for Solflare, especially from a tech standpoint. We had a complete rebrand. We revamped the app completely from the ground up. And we told everyone it was building the foundation for what we had envisioned. And I'm glad that you mentioned the Seeker partnership, and shout out to Solana mobile team. We worked to build the Seed Vault wallet that powers the Seeker device that's built by Solflare. So that did take up a lot of bandwidth and forced us to put a lot of these launches that everyone saw so close to and around Breakpoint at the end of the year. But as you can see now, if looking at the app before the rebrand to where it's at now, and even at the beginning of the rebrand, it truly has become an all-in-one fintech app powered on Solana. And we've created so many different features, from security, different types of protocols and rails to keep our users safe, to integrating predictions now, completely new. We've integrated Solflare Earn, huge updates on the Explore feature, the card, the Shield, And I mean, I could spend the next 10 minutes literally talking about all the different updates that Solflare has shipped. But for yourself now, our beautiful viewer that's watching, put the little podcast on pause right now, or just minimize it for a second. Go into your app store or your browser extension and download Solflare. Especially if you use Solana, if you haven't connected us in a while, update the app and let us know what you think. There's so much customability. There's so much more tools and features for traders, for tokens, for the charts. And we're really proud of the app that we have. And it's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get better. The card is going to be available in more markets worldwide. Apple Pay coming soon. Physical card coming soon. And a question also that we get asked a lot is merch, like when Solflare merch. Also, plans for that this year as well. So you'll be able to get all of your Solflare merch very soon.
Well, y'all kill it with the merch every time, man. I'll say that, man. The new t-shirts, the white t-shirts, like with the very subtle, like, Solflare like patch on it.
Dude, yeah, it's so nice. That one's the Hong Kong one in the back. It has the dragon. I haven't even worn it yet because I was wearing my Scum Soul t-shirt that's made for like the Solflare one. But that one is our team one that we got, and we were giving away at Accelerate APAC in Hong Kong. That one I'm keeping mint. That one's one of my favorite that we've got.
That's a 101.
I mean, if you are at Hong Kong, you got the shirt. There's only like 500 of them, but I have the best merch collection in Solflare, hands down, even more than the founders and like higher up teams, because I go to all the events. So I've collected all the merch that we have as a team that we give away. I've gotten all the merch packs since they started like making Solflare merch for the company. And I go to all the events. So I get all the exclusive things. I have my own shield that we give away and my custom one that I use day to day, most famous box. So yeah, I'm like the king of Solflare merch. That's why it kind of pains me to do this new professional style. It's more business development friendly, but I have so much cool Solflare merch that I'm not going to be able to wear unless you see me out and about.
Look, man, Solflare Card, you mentioned briefly here, Mastercard partnership. I think there's a lot that goes into something like this, especially legality wise. I know that's a pretty rough, long process that I don't think many people realize how long and rough that process is, and probably costs as well. But where is the Solflare Card right now? And like, I know it's UK or UAE or something like that. I mean, Europe right now. Is it North America, South America? What's that rollout plan? Is there any information to share yet, or is it like still coming soon type of information?
Right now, I mean, we're trying to push rollout. We would love to be in all markets tomorrow with Google Pay, Apple Pay Live, and people being able to order their physical cards. Unfortunately, like you just said, there are a lot of legal things to work through, especially because we're doing things legitimately. And we are a self-custody wallet with a card that's attached to it. And I would definitely recommend, first and foremost, checking out on the Solflare main account. We have the pinned post is the talk from Hong Kong APAC with our head of payments, Mihailo, who has been spearheading this entire campaign. And he gives a lot of insight because that's a big question we get asked is when market, when this. And so like we've slowly been actually rolling out to other markets. I know some people in Southeast Asia can start claiming it. And so we hope that in the next like couple weeks and months, we're able to release in more markets. We're able to get approved for the Apple Pay. But it has been challenging. And again, this is something we haven't done before, but we are doing it the right way, especially addressing really quick, like the KYC. That's something that is a big like debate and talking point. Privacy is a big issue, but at the end of the day, any project that's offering a no KYC card, eventually things will most likely get turned off for that card, for lack of a better words, because they're essentially KYCing for an employee under their company and issuing you that card. And so like, it's only a matter of time. And we've seen issues with users having their funds frozen, no access. So that's something that we take seriously. And, we want to make sure we keep a good relationship with Mastercard. We have been speaking with them for a long time to release this and also helping them to learn about the Solana ecosystem. And they've been super curious. Same with Google. When we spoke with them with the Google Pay, and so that's really exciting to see these large institutions and even at APAC Hong Kong, I got to meet the AWS team. They have a team that's dedicated to crypto. And so I'm really excited to see like more institutions like moving towards Solana. And that's why I'm trying to like flow into this more professional role, because that's where we're heading. Maurice made a great post about it the other day. Like, we're out of like it's no more like pragmatic, you know, like now this is a reality, you know, like stable coins are here, like institutional money is here, like the financial rails are being built. Countries are making clear regulations with tax guidelines. So it's exciting times, man. This is everything that we asked and wanted for. So I don't know how people could be bearish right now.
Totally. Look, man, I think like I could tell you from my group chats of my finance career that I'm able to go back to them and be like, yeah, like, look, it's actually happening now, right? Versus me telling them like this dream and story that they had, and they would just like laugh at me and they're like, yeah, whatever. Like, and here we are, like it's actually now finally like happening, and it's happening on a bigger stage that we thought. And I think it's adapting to, okay, more and more people are looking and seeking for financial rails that are cost efficient, because at the end of the day, it's all about revenue, right? Like I think one thing that people always misunderstand, any business, all businesses, especially in Web2, it's all about revenue. That's the bottom line. I mean, that's how they make money. It's how they pay everybody. And so if you have financial rails that is able to cost save a dramatic amount of what processing fees right now is, well, guess what? They're going to do it. And as it gets larger and larger and worldwide, I mean, that's the biggest thing. It's worldwide. And it's like, wow, man, like what could the future look like? And that's what I get uber bullish about, because in 5 or 10 years from now, I think we're going to be in a whole different scenario. But it's really cool to hear about the Solflare card, because I think like, as more and more people use it, even though I don't think I'll ever need the card, I just need it on my Google Pay. Like I'm ready to roll, you know?
I'm excited
Solflare
for the card, and we're gonna announce a lot more with how we're gonna handle like the rewards, cashback, you know, referral type system. More is gonna be announced on that soon. But this is gonna be my main source of off ramping, to be honest, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna be using the Solflare card every day for everything. So I can't wait to get my hands on it also and make some content. But I am an American by birth, not by choice. Even though I travel the world, I'm a world fox. Still waiting for us to get approved in the American market. So hopefully soon.
Yeah. Solflare Shield got released at Breakpoint as well. And like I said, we haven't even spoken since then. Tell us, man, like Solflare Shield is this like futuristic way of NFC hardware wallets, right? And like it's so crazy. For a long time, you know, we've had these like bulky, you know, whatever you want to call it, you know, my Ledger, and shout out to Ledger, not talking crap here, but you know, it's a different approach, right? And now here we are with this simple card processing. It's a lot easier. What's been the feedback towards it, and what is it like that what do you think right now is where the Shield is, and where does it need to be in the next 6 months to a year?
Honestly, and I'm personally have been using the Shield every single day since I've gotten it as like my main hardware device. It's amazing. It truly is. I always struggled and worried with previous hardware devices. I've had issues with Bluetooth connection, software updates, battery dead or not charged or not like working correctly.
Yep.
And then even when it's plugged in, you're still having issues. And this just works, and it fits in my pocket. It's powered by Solflare. It's an ELA 6+ security hardware NFC chip. So it's literally a tap. You have the biometrics or a passcode, and this is your new hardware device. And so it's obviously with security first in mind, but it's made for mobile currently. We are exploring ways to connect it with the browser extension in the future, but this is honestly a great tool for longtime Solana holders, users want a security layer of a hardware device, but don't want the complications of like the Bluetooth and the battery and a screen and buttons that don't work. This is good for over 10 years, and it comes with its own recovery phrase. So if for any reason you lose the card, you still have your recovery phrase, just like your normal wallet, and it won't work without like the wallet and the phone, vice versa, you know. And so it's really amazing, and I use it every day. We've been giving away the base one that's available for pre-order still right now for $49. You can get the duo one for $69. We also have an edition of 4 of them for $69 with big designers that we worked with and artists in the ecosystem, or you could customize your own for $79 like I did with my famous Fox one. So you can put your own PFP, your own picture. I've seen people have a lot of fun with it. But we're really excited for the launch, and between the card, the Shield, and all the updates that we have made with the ones that are coming, we truly will be the all-in-one dApp that you need for Solana. You know, your wallet is your gateway into the Solana ecosystem, and we take that seriously. And so we are trying to build like the best, most simplest, way to onboard and give people that experience that they've had in other financial apps the same way, except with Solana and stable coins and your favorite SPL tokens in your Solflare wallet. So it's really exciting. It truly is. And it feels very much that we've finally created the trifecta of like your wallet, your card, and your hardware device, the 3 main things that you need for your crypto journey. And we put that all in your pocket, like your kingdom of your finance that you're in control of, because you own all the tokens. You're in complete control of your Solflare wallet at all times. You have self-custody. It all fits in your pocket, your kingdom. And with Solana now being the everything capital markets, you can buy everything from stocks to gold to other blockchain tokens, DeFi, that we also it created a tracker that you can track all your DeFi positions in your Solflare wallet now. It's truly an amazing time to be here, to be building, and to be working at Solflare. And plus we put on for the Solana ecosystem, dude. We're at every event. You guys saw us at Breakpoint. You guys see us at all the startup villages, Island Owl, all these different events throughout the year, Apex, man. Like we accelerate. We're always putting on for the Solana ecosystem. So that's why I always tell people, if you believe in Solana, if you use Solana, like choose Solflare.
You kind of unpacked a lot there for a second, right? Of hey, the Shield, a little bit of hearing the DeFi tools and everything. Is this like a moment that we could now finally say like we should probably stop referring Solflare as like a hardware wallet? I mean, as a wallet, and the Shield itself was kind of like a hey, now they're doing kind of like hardware, but then you like zoom out for a second, and then you guys rolled out Magic. Which is the AI assistant trading, then the prediction markets of Kalshi, and now again, just talking a little bit about the DeFi tools, the Explorer page. This is now really becoming kind of like this fintech company that we're all kind of like envisioning. Crypto was going to all be a bunch of fintech companies like trying to figure out how to advance the one-stop shop that these banks are. Is that like a fair statement to almost start saying and like that and start referring Solflare in?
Oh, 100%. Solflare is a fintech app powered by Solana. And shout out the Solana ecosystem for making such progress and focusing on scaling and putting the work in engineering and the teams that help contribute, and now we're being taken seriously with ETFs being issued, stocks being issued, precious metals being able to be purchased, tapping into TCG markets, prediction markets, taking over with all the DeFi opportunities. Like it's so amazing to see our ecosystem progress, and that it's true. Solflare has evolved from like a digital self-custody wallet to a financial tech app that anyone in the world can access these internet capital markets with their Solflare and Wi-Fi. And it's truly incredible. So yeah, it's been something that the team has envisioned. And it's been a constant effort and grind of everyone in our company. And we've expanded immensely, especially since like a year ago. We've over doubled our roster. And I'm so bullish on our team and everyone that shows up and puts in the work, because we've truly leveled up. And now we're having high profile conversations with institutions. And, it's really exciting. Shout out Callahan also, who was going to be our key account growth lead. So he's going to be working with all of like our high power Solflare users and onboarding more. So I'm sure I'll be working and helping him out in the future as well.
You mentioned all this, but at the same time, let me ask you now this, right? So how much the team has grown is a phenomenal thing. When right now we're in a period where AI has, really kind of blown the software industry. As you could see, how many job cuts are being happening, and I think finally Square yesterday with Jack Dorsey finally said, "Hey, AI is where it is, and I'm cutting down on it." And I think that like there's a lot of AI screaming right now on crypto Twitter, and for me, I think it's bullish, but I think people are looking at it in a bearish way because one thing that crypto has done is has been at the bleeding edge of technology. And anybody right now in crypto that is using AI and learning how to adapt to AI is one step ahead of the game, right? And so I think if you're doubling your roster in crypto right now, you're actually making the right move because a lot of us in crypto know how to use AI and are using AI, and we've become kind of like this operator that I don't think many people realize that that are way far advanced than the Web2 normies in a lot of these corporate settings. And I think that like for me to hear, you guys again, hey, we're looking to grow, and AI being at the forefront. And I think Magic with AI Assistant, which is another AI tool you guys have built, like this is the kind of things that like we are going to be at forefront of technology, but at the same time at the forefront of the way financial payments and financial rails are in crypto. And it's uber bullish to hear that you guys are really kind of like doubling down more on Solflare and seeing, hey, how does it start growing farther from this? But what's your take here on this AI stuff? And like, what do you see Solflare really kind of utilizing AI, and how do you keep growing it, and how do you keep using it, right?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's a extremely hot topic right now. I don't know like what's hotter, AI or privacy. But we've taken the steps to start incorporating it with Magic that was released at Breakpoint, which is only going to get better and grow more. And we see it as a huge tool for anyone that's new to Solflare, or even our experienced power users can all benefit from Magic. Am I worried that AI is going to replace the fox one day? I don't know. Maybe, Banana is getting really good. But I think at the same time, AI still has a long way to go. And while it's made so much progress, it's not at the point where you can go and buy an agent out of the box for $99.99 and choose which plugins you want, like DLC expansion packs on Fortnite. It's basically, or on Star Atlas, sorry, that we're going to keep it Web3 gaming. But it's basically still at the very stages where you still need to train it. You still need to like work the plugins. There's still a lot of security risks, and it still makes a large amount of mistakes. But if you have been working hard and understanding the prompts and engineering, you're ahead of the curve and you're able to use this tool. I think it's only going to get better, and it's going to get easier to use, and it's only going to enhance everyone's lives. But right now we are definitely, working on Magic to make it accessible to everyone. Obviously it's in beta right now, so if you do want a code, message me. I might be able to make that happen. Actually, no, I don't know why I'm saying that, dude. Don't message me. Join the Guardians Discord, because I'm pretty sure the Guardians, our community, will get codes. I have no codes to give out.
Is that why they all have Lambos now?
Yeah, dude, the Guardians are leveling up, man. They're going to surpass me like very soon. I'm so proud of them, to be honest. Like last year, we put a lot of focus on community building, and it paid so much dividends for us. And it's amazing to see the growth of our Guardians as well. They're securing ambassadorship roles, paid positions in the ecosystem by reputable companies, partnering with projects that like we work with personally. So there's great synergy there. It's truly amazing to see the level up in real time. I'm so proud of our Guardians. And yeah, G for G. If you're trying to find a community, you don't know where to go, join the Solflare Discord, vibe with us. We'll send you to Guardians. And yeah, it's so many opportunities.
Hey, Quicks, let me ask you $1 million question since you just said all this. Will
financial advice.
Yeah, will AI agents manage most DeFi portfolios by 2026?
That's interesting, man. I honestly, personally, I'm going to be having Magic monitor a lot of my DeFi positions. I would like to automate a lot. I think that's the beauty of DeFi, having access to these yields for different, tokens and projects that, you're bullish on, and being able to automate that process to create these revenue streams, like while I'm able to go out and live my foxy life. Like that's the dream. I don't want to be sitting there looking at a chart or constantly checking price, you know, to hit when I'd rather just put that in to Magic, let it automate. I give it my strategy. I let it know like my, you know, take profits, you know, my stop losses, or how I'm running the strategies for, you know, lending, liquidity pools, like LPing on Meteora, or, you know, NFT-fying on Citrus. It's going to all be automated through Magic for me personally. And I think a lot of people will do that in the future, and they're going to use it to, you know, stay on top of their game, you know, because I may be a strong power user for one DeFi platform, but for the next 3 months, there may be a campaign going on in another one that has, you know, 4% higher yield. That's more enticing. So I'm, you know, would get that information from Magic, make the right adjustments, and it would deploy to the new one. I'd farm that, hopefully get a nice airdrop that we're not going to diamond hold this time and round trip. I'm joking. You can't round trip an airdrop, but you know, it's going to be part of like my entire strategy for DeFi is going to be automated through Magic and AI. And I'm really excited for it, you know, and it's going to be, you know, constant, you know, updates, real-time yield, different, you know, campaigns that are going on. I'm excited. I think a lot of people will use it, but I think also a lot of people, you know, at the end of the day, it is crypto. They do like making their own financial decisions. And so they'll, you know, and they're loyal to their platforms as well, but they may find it easier and more manageable with Magic, you know, as like using your AI assistant. And, you know, you also just to be clear, Magic is not like, here's $1,000, go make me $1 million with DeFi. You
with
know
no
what
mistakes.
I mean? Yeah, that you make no mistakes. Yeah, that's the prompt you have to use. I made that mistake. But it's going to be able to, like, you know, like for example, I still like NFTs and I still do NFT-fi. So, you know, like if, you know, I can be like, hey, Magic, deploy this capital to this pool on Citrus, and you know, send me, you know, or immediately redeploy with the same balance, or match like the top offer as soon as this loan is repaid back, or instant sell the NFT if we acquire it, if the loan isn't paid back, and then redeploy that capital, you know, into the and then it'll just automate itself and it'll just keep doing it. And I'll very little have to like monitor it unless like I run out of Solana, or just I wake up one day and I just have like a whole bunch of NFTs and, you know, there's no sell. So, I mean, but you know, I think that, and that's just like one example. I think that everyone is going to be using it in some way.
That's a great example, though, to be honest with you, because the one thing that you missed from what you just said is feelings. Because what I mean by that is, you know, being able to tell AI to do certain things and execute on it is huge. Because I can tell you probably 1,000,000 times that I've said, I'm going to go sell this at this price. But what happens is once it starts climbing, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to hold a little longer because you know what? It's going to go to fucking, you know, 20 Sol. And then you're holding, and then it gets to like 18 Sol. And then all of a sudden it dumps. And I'm like, damn, I should have sold at 15 Sol. And what is that exactly? Like, you know, the issue of the space is that we all kind of, you know, get greed inside of us, and we're like, hey, you know, we think that this is going to go higher than it isn't. But with AI here, you know, being able to set kind of like limit orders and like the right way to say, okay, sell this. I mean, those are the things that we truly do need. I think we will become better traders, hopefully, from it.
It's going to be a great teacher also, to be honest, because if you don't know about a platform or you're trying to understand something in the ecosystem, Magic's going to be able to help you. And it's going to be able to explain it to you in a way that you'll understand, you know, and be able to then create a strategy for you based on your holdings that you have, and, you know, make suggestions for you. And again, at all times, you are in complete control. So even if, let's say, you put out to Magic, hey, Magic, buy Solana, buy $100 worth of Solana at $60. It basically will put it into an escrow limit order account and purchase it once it gets to that, make the swap in your Solflare wallet. But at any time, you could just go out and withdraw that $100. You know, you can cancel the order, or if you had to swap or any type, you're in complete control at all times with Magic. So it's not just, you know, taking your money and just launching tokens, or, you know, doing things that, you know, you don't give it, you know, command or authorization to.
Yeah, Quicks, you mentioned a little bit about the Explore page. Like, tell us a little, like, you know, alpha around this Explore page and what it's going to be able to do, and like, what is it that you guys are seeking to do with it in the final run?
Dude, the best thing about the Explore page right now is that you can go and see the Solflare live on X stream. There's a huge purple button there. You can click tune in, set your reminders for this upcoming week. We have Parina, or I tell them to keep it up for the week so that people can listen back to the other ones. But that's probably my favorite feature in Explore. But in all seriousness, it has made huge advancements. This has been something that everyone has been asking us about. And so we've created an entire Discover dApps where you can see which are like our featured, the earns, like there's the games, NFTs, tools, trading dApps, all of your dApps. You can search for them. We also put the token gainers, so you can view all the top tokens and losses and gainers. And a big thing that was like super popular was our knowledge hub. So we've created a whole bunch of resources for people who are new into the ecosystem or trying to learn about things in the ecosystem, all one place. So if you have friends and you're tired of explaining them and onboarding, we just tell them download Solflare, go to the Explore feature and click the knowledge hub, and they can learn everything about swapping, token, what decentralization is, all that good stuff. And then we've also integrated into the Explore feature 2 other cool things. One is the benefits, which is powered by the Miracle, which will actually show you campaigns or airdrops that you're eligible based on your tokens and holdings. So that's really exciting and cool to see. And already I've been using it. That's how I claimed my Burb airdrop and knew I was eligible. And then also we have created an updates feature. It's on pause right now, actually, because we were sourcing a lot of the updates through the Solana floor. And recently they're going through their transition. And so shout out their team. But we're going to be doing new features for that, as well as a couple other secret things that are about to be released that if you've been following Solflare on the timeline and this Fox, you might have seen some other cool things that are coming really soon. But huge updates to the Explore feature. Definitely check it out.
So another $1 million question. We got to put these predictions, by the way, on the prediction page on your wallet here. So the first one was the AI agent. Will they manage most people's DeFi portfolios by 2026? The second one has to be, will the Solflare Explorer and the Solflare wallet and the Solflare Magic and Shield, will it replace exchanges as the primary way to interact with crypto by 2026? What do you think? Or by 2028, sorry.
I don't know about the exchange question, to be honest. I don't know if that's something that we're exploring yet or in the wheelhouse. It's been, it's just conversations before.
I should say wallets will replace it, right? Like, because if you really think about ways people are onboarding through these wallets now, it's like, why even need an exchange at this point?
So I think that truly wallets like Solflare will replace banks. That's what I believe. I think that people will see the value of owning your own assets and wake up to the fact that banks are literally just taking your money and lending it out and earning interest. That's just a basic how banking system works. Yeah. And you could be the one. You are now the bank with Solflare, and you are in charge. It's your kingdom. You are in control. And so that is going to be more appealing, especially with younger generations. And then having now all the payment rails in place, I can only see more people getting paid in crypto in the future, especially with the rise of stable coins. So more people are going to get paid stable coins to their Solflare wallet and be able to use their Solflare card to now off ramp and pay for all their goods and services, all of their trips, all their bills, everything, go to the money ATM, take out money if they need to, and everything that you normally would be able to do with your normal bank and debit card, you'll be able to do with your Solflare and your Solflare card. And that's, I think, what people are going to transition to. I think that they're going to replace banks, and banks are going to have to either try to integrate crypto into their app, and make it seamless so that people can buy Solana and buy Bitcoin inside of their Wells Fargo or Bank of America app. But at the end of the day, you still don't own those tokens. You know what I mean? They would have to build their own self-custody wallet, which they wouldn't do. And people are going to realize it's only a matter of time before people understand and have that coming to Fox moment like you and I both had. We just had it many years ago, and people are going to have it very soon. But we're going to replace banks, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them are going to be insolvent anyway. So it's a good thing, to be real.
Hey man, I got my shirt and tie right in my closet here. I'm ready, man. Tell me, put me
ready,
in, coach.
dude. I'm
Hey,
ready.
put me
That's why I'm leveling up to like a business fox now. You know, I'm ready.
put me in. If I need to
We're being
move
taken
back to New York
seriously now.
City, man, you know what?
I'll be
I'll
there in
do
two
it. You know what I'm
weeks.
saying?
Are you coming back? Are you there? Are you based there?
No, I mean I
I'm coming.
moved out 5 years ago, but I mean like, you know, my family's still all out there, so like I go to the city all the time. But I'm in sunny Florida, right? I'm in
Oh,
82 degrees weather right now,
I
so
love
it's like,
Florida
you
so much.
know, I don't mind it. But I'll say this, like, you know, I think I posted this a couple days ago. Like, it's the Connecticut and New York were always considered the Gold Coast, right? It's always been, you know, where finance lives and where finance where all most of the wealth is. And I think like one of the greatest things to see is crypto really building there and really getting more involved. And I think we're seeing all these companies like say, hey, New York City's where you should live. Hey, you know, we're going to relocate to New York City, like bringing more employees to New York City. I think it's really cool to see that. Like, I'm bullish on it. You know, do I think it's only New York City? No, I think remote jobs are so cool because, you know, we get to travel all around the world. But uber bullish on the fact that crypto is building in New York City. So, hey,
Yeah, shout
if we
out
got to move
the
to New York
team
City,
at
do it.
Skyline. I'm going there in a couple weeks, so I'll be there for like almost a month before I go down to Miami. So I'll be at the Skyline office a good amount of the time, actually.
There you go. That's it, guys. For those that are watching and you guys want to get the autograph, the picture, the selfie with
No,
the
no autographs.
famous
No
box.
autographs. Picture maybe, but I don't do autographs. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did one autograph in Web3, and that was it.
all right, brother. Appreciate you coming on, man. I love the alpha. Love the all the info that's happening on Solflare. Thanks again, man, for taking the time and keep crushing it, keep killing it. And hey, maybe I'll bring you some shirts and ties that I have. Maybe give you some different spruce of my times.
Yeah, if you don't have anything that doesn't fit me, I'm perfectly okay with hand-me-downs, and I'll get away with it being from Macy's or whatever. I don't care. We'll play it off, you know, like this was, you know, tailor-made.
Taylor, man, there you go, man. All right, brother, man. Once again, thanks again. We will make sure we all keep our notification on for Solflare and make sure it's the only wallet that we're all using, especially with Solana Gaming.
Let's go.